Hey Gemini, it's Suzanne here to do your weekly reading. And this week, I'm really just kind of letting the cards kind of dictate whatever direction we go in. So we're going to pull one of these springy type of oracle cards, and then I'm using two Lenormand cards. And just real quickly, I do have a picture on the thumbnail this week, which is a picture of my sister's dog, Scout, who has been in the hospital all weekend with a pulmonary embolism and low oxygen, and, just it isn't great. So, anyway, I said a little prayer for a small miracle that she gets to come home, happy and healthy. But most of all, I just don't want my sister and her family to have to be put in that terrible position of having to make that terrible choice, that you do with animals sometimes. I've been in that position myself. It's a terrible position to be in. So that's what it's about. So if you can devote, 30 seconds of a little small prayer for Scout, I would truly, truly appreciate that. And I know they would too. And I know Scout would. The thought of an animal being in the hospital by themselves alone, that always really gets to me. That really bothers me. So we're not going to talk about it anymore, but I wanted to acknowledge why I had that picture up there. So thank you for any kind thoughts and prayers. I definitely believe in the power of positivity and prayer. So if you do as well, feel free to share that. All right, so Gemini, let's see what's going on for you. All right, so we have in nature, and it says connect with nature. So, that can mean a lot of things, right? It can be, it's a kind of an interesting message when we have what we have going on in the world. It might mean just getting out of the house, not necessarily spending time with other people, but, maybe taking a drive or sitting by the lake or going to the ocean. If I was near the ocean, that's where I would be right now. So, it may just be about walking your dog, just to kind of disconnect from, the news and everything that's going on. So maybe this is about maybe this is what you do for work, maybe you're somebody that works outside or works with the person that you're in a connection with outside, or you met this person outside, or you connect somehow by being outside. You never know. What else do we have here? Look at this. We have the owls, which is the birds, okay? But this card, there's two cards in this deck representing the birds. And one of them are like little robins, and then we have the owl. And then we have an owl in this, in this picture as well. Owls are very, very spiritual. So we have two owls here. We have an owl and its reflection there. And then we have the wishing well. The wishing well is about digging deeper. So, if you feel like you have a good grasp of what's going on with your connection, there might be something here that is asking you to spiritually dig deeper, because of the owls being in nature and then this wishing well. The owls are number 12, which breaks down to a 3, which is about communication. So there might be some spiritual communication happening here. There might be some telepathic communication. We have number 16 here, which breaks down to a 7, which is mystical intuition. So there's definitely something spiritual happening here, possibly within you or within your person or within this connection. And it's asking you to dig deeper. This card number is 41, which breaks down to a 5. 5 is about change. So by digging deeper spiritually, I feel like that could change, your perception about something or the other person's. This could be for you again, or it could be for your person, or it could be for the connection itself. All right, so the top row is going to represent you, and the bottom row is going to represent your person. All right, let's see what we get. Gemini. Queen of Swords. Okay, so this Queen of Swords could absolutely represent you. Queen of Swords is air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So what I like about this Queen of Swords is the direction that she's facing. She's facing towards the future. So in other words, everything in the past she's leaving behind, or she's, cutting away with her sword. But the Queen of Swords is always somebody that, has gone through a lot to learn her lessons. She hasn't necessarily taken an easy path in life. And that has really gotten her to a place where, she might keep her heart really, really protected. So her heart can become a little bit hardened. And that could be why, you might be asked to really dig deeper into the spiritual meaning of something, connect with nature in some way, because that could open up your heart again in some way. 8 of Swords, exactly. So you could be feeling a little trapped, and the reason that most people feel trapped in this type of energy or keep themselves trapped, it's because they're not necessarily making themselves vulnerable. They're not making their heart vulnerable, or they're uncomfortable being vulnerable because they see it more as weakness than as strength. Okay, let's see about this other person. 6 of Swords. So 6 of Swords is, I feel like whatever's going on within this connection, I feel like there's a lot that both of you are trying to leave in the past. And I don't know if it's about a new beginning or what it's about, but you're leaving a lot in the past, because what comes before the 6 of Swords is the 5 of Swords, which is conflict or a feeling of defeat. 6 of Swords is moving towards a happier place. Maybe alone, maybe with somebody, maybe with you. All right, 9 of Swords. This person is very cautious of you, okay? Because I feel like they were in some way hurt in the past. I don't know if it was because of something you said or did, possibly because of you cutting them out or not making your heart open and available to this person, but they are very cautious right now of of you, where you stand, how you might think of them. Okay, Three of Wands. I feel like you know the person's intentions towards you. Okay, I feel like you know what their intentions are towards you. You might be waiting. I don't feel like you even know why you're waiting. I don't feel like you even know why it is that you're waiting, or you're not doing anything about this right now. And then this person, Four of Wands. They're cautious because, again, you know this person's intentions, and this person, you know, I feel like sees you as a long-term possibility. So I feel like they are kind of walking on eggshells with you a little bit right now. You know, they definitely could see you as their person, their long-term person. And there is definitely some type of foundation here. The wishing well, again, is asking you, I feel it's asking you to dig deeper here. Like, what on the surface to you may feel like, you know, I don't want to deal with this person anymore. I feel like you're being spiritually asked to possibly look at this in another way. Look at this person in a different way. All right, so we want to get clarification on those two cards for you. And I want to get clarification on Nine of Wands and Four of Wands for them. Eight of Swords, clarified by Six of Pentacles. All right, so I feel like you might feel like the reason that you are not making yourself vulnerable to this person is because either they weren't giving enough in the past, or they were taking too much in the past. Like, the way that the back and forth went between the two of you felt very out of balance, out of sync. And you just don't know. You don't know if there's anything left to gain here or not. Like, that's the question you're asking yourself. Do I really want to make myself vulnerable to this person again? Other people might have been involved over here with these birds, owls. I actually want to clarify the birds too. Three of Wands clarified by Nine of Wands. So both of you have the Nine of Wands. Both of you are extremely cautious. Cautious, maybe even suspicious. You're cautious of this person's intentions. Let's clarify these owls. Page of Pentacles. So I feel like this person is looking for a window of opportunity when it comes to you. A window of opportunity to explain something that maybe they didn't get a chance to explain in the past. Maybe about how other people behaved. I feel like there's some element of other people in this reading. But both of you are very cautious. So 9 of Wands down here, clarified by 9 of Swords. So, you know, I feel like the culpability is more on the person down below here, especially since this person has 9 of Swords. Like, it feels like this person, you know, really wants to get away from the past. And you might be sitting in the past a little bit more, even though your back is towards it. I feel like it feels more fresh for you. And this person almost wants to avoid it, erase it. 9 of Swords, this person is telling themselves, I literally just heard, they're telling themselves that they are awful. You know, and that might be fact, that might be fiction, but them going over and over and over again that they're awful, that's a really heavy burden to bear. And you know, did you tell them that they're awful? Or did you tell them that they were horrible for something? I don't know. And I feel like that's why you're being asked to dig deeper. I feel like there's potential permanent damage happening here if this isn't fixed soon. This person wants to fix it, but at the same time, they want to completely leave the past in the past. 4 of Wands clarified by the Hangman. Yep. They're in limbo. They are, I feel like they're waiting for you to, I don't know, give them a pass or give them permission to contact you. Again, they're looking for a window of opportunity. We have to see for the wishing well, what is it that you have to dig deeper into? 6 of Swords. This 6 of Swords in this reading feels like forgiveness. Okay? They have 6 of Swords, you have 6 of Swords. They have 9 of Wands, you have 9 of Wands. So it's like you're both very cautious about forgiving the past. And that's what I feel like Spirit is saying to both of you, is that there has to be more exploration into the past, not necessarily blame, but I feel like there are missing details. There are missing details in the past. So what are we going to do? We're going to pull an additional card for the past for you and for this person, because that's what I feel like this reading is saying, is that we have to dig deeper into the past. Five of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. All right, so this is why you're more cautious, is because you felt like you missed something or you were left out of something. And it might have been, you know, this might sound kind of silly, but this person might have been at an event or a party or, you know, some big shindig or event, and they left you out of it in some way. It might have been a family affair. It might have been a holiday party. And it seems kind of trite in a way. But I feel like this person left you out of something in the past. And this person wants to absolutely leave it behind. And, you know, this could be that this was a third party. 3 of Cups is not quite as likely about that. But because I'm asking about the past, and there's a need for forgiveness and moving on, and you're being asked to delve deeper or dig deeper into something. You might be assuming that you know something about what happened in the past that isn't quite right. But with this person saying that with this Nine of Swords, that they're awful or they're horrible about something, it definitely could have to do with a third party in some way, but I don't feel like it's a cheating scenario. I don't. And over here with this Hangman, this person down here might be looking at things from a very different perspective. Again, they might have been the taker in the past and they realize that they took too much and they have to give. And that could be also why they're calling themselves awful. Look at this. We have the Magician and the Six of Cups. Magician from this person, again, I feel like they want to magically make something go away. And for you, this person, Six of Cups, I feel like you are experiencing some nostalgia about this person. You do miss them. You do want to reconnect on some level. But again, both of you are very, very cautious. Both of you want to move towards a calmer, happier place. I feel like this person is waiting for you. You, Eight of Swords, you don't feel quite ready yet to make yourself vulnerable again to this person because of the imbalance and possibly because of feeling left out of something in the past. And again, it might have had to do with a third party situation, but not a cheating situation. So in other words, like this person might have chosen to spend time with a sister or a brother and, maybe they lied to you about it or they told you that they were doing something else. And I feel like it was something very, kind of small that turned into something big that didn't have to. And it hurt. It hurt you. But this person is definitely missing your presence, in case you were wondering. And, I just heard that they might be thinking very differently about marriage and commitment. In other words, they might be thinking more positively about it now than they have in the past. Okay. All right. So Gemini, that is what I have for you. Don't forget, I am doing same day readings on Wednesday this week. If that's something that you want to take advantage of, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will talk to you later in the week, and thank you for, any positive thoughts and prayers that you have for Scout. We truly appreciate it. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.